Will, no, I'm actually being serious. Stop. Damn it, Will.
Hello and welcome to GameCast Live, a gaming podcast in which we do live streams, gaming videos and various other videos. My name is Will and I'm here with Connor.
Hi.
Ben.
Hello there.
And Death.
How's it going?
And as kind of like a pilot episode, if you will, today we are going to discuss something that's fairly fresh on everyone's minds, the US presidential elections. So, what does everyone have to say about?
So, the US presidential elections, for those who don't know, but I highly doubt there's anyone out there who doesn't.
It's the presidential elections in the US.
The two running for president are will stay Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump.
We don't talk about these people in Britain.
Hillary Clinton isn't good. Donald Trump also isn't good.
Either way, we're screwed.
What are your thoughts?
Well, I don't know.
Well, let's just
look at it. They're both awful. You don't want either.
Yeah.
Like Bernie Sanders was the best way forward, but if we don't get that, you've got to look at who's the best of the worst to make, if that makes sense.
The less of two evils.
Yeah. So you've got. Let's start with Hillary Clinton because that might be slightly easier because let's just say there's a fair bit about Donald Trump. So, Elliot, you can get us kicked off on Clinton. What do you think of
her? I'd say less dangerous than Trump. Like,
yeah, it's like
might have a few.
Yeah, it's like while she's not beneficial to the world at all, probably not like as bad as Trump.
Yeah.
At least hopefully, anyway.
like when you think about it, you've got Donald Trump and you've got Hillary Clinton. You've got to think, well, yeah, either way, America's screwed. We may be safe in Britain, but we don't know. But it's like she's got little nicks that are a bit off.
Donald Trump has said quite infamously a lot of very racially insensitive and denoting things about people of all sorts of racial remarks and things about genders in particular. But Hillary Clinton has also said her fair share of bad things that just sort of not go under the mat as such, but really don't go as noticed as Trump's do.
More like kind of like
less frequent,
kind of like sexual slurs in a way. Like how she'll sometimes say stuff like on her website one time, I think it was removed, but it was like, you have a right to be believed, and then it was something hinting towards only women, kind of being a bit sexist towards men, which...
But that doesn't matter.
Yes!
Oh yeah.
Really
I think we should cover. We fully believe in equality, essentially, but we think that the word feminism is being twisted a lot in our society right now, and Elliot is going to explain a bit.
Well, this I think a prime example would be what Connor said just then about like say when Clinton said something and then it wasn't quite as
balanced.
It wasn't as hated because but obviously it did get its fair share of backlash, but should Trump have maybe said that about women, there would have been a lot more of a uproar.
I think the thing is, with Trump, there are more eyes on him, because if you think about it, before the presidential election, Trump was a celebrity in America. He was
business
one of the biggest,
Yeah.
Yeah, a big entrepreneur, Trump Tower in New York.
Yeah, I'm looking at the polls now. Right, do you know how you have your polls of voting between who's ahead and all that? It's actually extremely close. Guess the difference. In percentage.
I'd say Hillary Clinton by 5% of votes.
5%.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say.
It's actually 3% difference. 45 to 48. Hillary Clinton is 3% up. And
this is very strange, but I think a lot of Trump's votes, you've got to look at countries, and chances are if you've got a heat map, and the heat showed the votes Trump was getting from what countries, chances are, like, Nebraska, Carolina, Nevada, Texas, no disrespect to those places at all, like Florida, places like that are going to be the main place of Trump voters.
What confuses me the most is, like, Well, what would you say the population of like people who aren't like as like Donald Trump would say, just like pure white or some random stuff like I have got like pure like not that, sorry. More like everyone's equal to me, I don't know. I don't mind who you are, what you do, whatever, yeah. But like America has a lot of like people who are like I don't know, black or something like so a lot of them must have voted for Donald Trump, right? But Donald Trump says a lot of racist things, doesn't he? Towards people?
Right, what I'd like to point out is in these stats are taken from 2010. As of 2010, in America, you've got 63.7% of Americans are fully white. You know, what you class as like all American. You've got 12.2% black or African American. That's 12.2%. Then you've got American Indian and Alaska Native. That's 0.7%, and then Asian is 4.7%. There's more than that, obviously, but they are predominantly that. So if you look at that, it's quite interesting because most of America is clearly, you know, your all-American, you know, white people. Yet Trump isn't winning votes.
And when you mention the racial thing, Ben, there's been a lot of stuff recently about, you know, hashtag Black Lives Matter.
Because they do.
You know, shootings of black people, and this has been addressed by both sides in the presidential election, and it has won.
Their side.
Both have had their first share to say about, you know, Black Lives Matter, but Donald Trump just, his promise is reliable. I think that's the question on all Americans' minds right now.
He'll say something, and then when he's asked about it, he'll go, I never said that. I never.
Yeah, it's like he'll go, I'm fully up for like equality, non-racial, like that needs to be a thing. But then, come a month, he'll say something like, you know, I don't think, you know, these aren't real quotes, but you know, he'll say, like that infamous quote about building the wall around Mexico. You know,
that's been one of the things he's been called out on. He's been like mocked for it and stuff. Like it's been easy target for jokes and.
Then also, would he follow through with that? What do you think on that? Like, if he got into power, would he follow through on what he said there?
Well, you see, the thing is, I remember one of the top trending videos on YouTube was one of the advertisements for Trump, and it boldly proclaimed in the thumbnail that Donald Trump will, and I quote, cut the head off of ISIS.
Now, you see, that's the thing. He's meant to be like, you know, no stand for these, like, terrorists, but then he won't say no stand for these terrorists. It's like racial insensitivity will come in and he'll say, like, I'm going to cut off the head of these, like, Muslims.
What's the problem with saying you don't like terrorists? I don't get what the...
See, that's not where the problem lies. It's the way he says it. Like, he won't say terrorists. He'll say, like, the people of Syria. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you're then putting the people of Syria in a box where if anyone who watches that as a Trump supporter is going to think, okay, everyone in Syria is a member of ISIS and wants to shout out Akbar and kill our children.
Well,
I think the main one is drop that. The way you've got like what's his name in Russia, Putin or whatever. That's it.
Vladimir Putin.
Yeah, he's not the most like
he's not exactly God.
Yeah, no, yeah, and he's got all the missiles and that. And then you've got what's his name over in Korea. Which one are we on now?
Kim Jong-un, yeah.
Yeah, and then he's the same. And then if he should be like the one for the States, he's going to be having to go at both for them. And
yeah, is he going to cause an unnecessary, like, not war maybe it wouldn't lead to that, but like tension that could... See, many think right now we're going through a Cold War style thing with America and Russia because you see all the time, you know, Russia released new test video of, you know, devastating weapon that has the capability of destroying, like, America 3 times over.
And especially recently, you're seeing how, like, Russian battleships have been, like, spotted in the, you know...
Yeah, like, you hear about stories of how they've entered, like, waters they shouldn't be in and things like that.
And then a while ago, I remember hearing a story about how Russian fighter jets entered British airspace and had to be escorted back.
Yeah.
Which seems a bit suspicious why they are entering, you know, without permission and stuff.
It's like... Are they trying to make a statement like, we are bigger than you? Or are they actually trying to just, like, you know... Was it an accident? highly unlikely, but it is always the option. So now, we've obviously talked a lot about Trump in the Hillary section, but it was a necessity. Now let's going.
Yeah.
Now
You can't really go with one without the other, can you?
Yeah, let's go into the realm of Donald Trump.
I really don't want to go there. Like,
Hopefully
that's
one of
like a
us
dark
can
place.
get Donald Trump quotes up because we're gonna need them.
Well, Trump, the former entrepreneur, decided he would run for U.S. presidency. This, a lot of people caught onto this, and it's always something when a celebrity becomes a politician. Prime example: Jesse Ventura, former professional wrestler and movie star, when he became the governor of. Where did he become the governor of?
Ooh,
California, didn't he?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but did he stand down? Didn't Schwarzenegger stand down? Isn't he not that anymore?
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think that was over a scandal.
Yeah, there's a scandal. I can't remember what it involved, but see,
New Jersey.
Donald Trump. I think what annoys a lot of people is a quote that doesn't hurt. Like, it's not going after anyone. But remember when I was younger, I received a small loan of $1 million.
That caused a lot of people. Like
that's just like you've got people starving on the streets, like veterans, and then Donald Trump makes a very bold statement of, my life was hard because trying to start up my business with a loan of $1 million. It's.
I think it's just because saying something like that. Imagine how stupid that sounds. Is he really going to be trusted in, being the president?
Exactly,
yeah.
Especially like most.
Here's a nice quote for us to talk about. Basically, one of Donald Trump's quotes is, "All of the women on The Apprentice flirted with me. Whatever that word is.
Consequentially.
Yeah, consequentially or unconsequentially. That is to be expected."
Well, you see,
Now,
recently.
He is Donald.
That is the arrogance that gets Donald Trump his household name that isn't too good.
Well, it was only recently that one of the most recent scandals he was involved in was the video, I think it was, from 1982, video footage showing him, talking about girls and,
Feed the female gender as a whole.
Sometimes,
Yeah, but
some kind of,
like you said about, Russia and that, though, I think it matters more what's going to happen with something like that rather than what he said in the past. I mean, it's still bad, but...
See, what Donald Trump says is, a lot of the time it's disgusting, but what lots of people don't think of is lots of Americans have, I'm not saying it's right, I'm not condoning it, but a lot of Americans have these thoughts, and he's the voiceless who don't need to be voiced, who have these thoughts that aren't right, the racist thoughts and things like that. And that is how he's where he is right now.
When you see people talking about Mexican immigration, loads of people they're all they're just coming over to exploit money, or they're coming over to continue the crime. Really, it's just so they can get away from all the crime and the poverty in Mexico. In those cases,
a lot of the times, what needs to happen is whoever wins, be it Mr. Trump or Miss Clinton.
Mr. Trump or Miss Clinton.
They do need to, sort out Mexico because they have problems with migration and say they're going to cut it down. But you can build your walls like Trump. You can, do all these things. But why don't you go to the root of the problem and make Mexico a better place?
Exactly. But I think that would make people angry because the fact that why you're paying attention to another country.
Yeah, why should our country?
Why have you decided to be the president of our country and then just go off to another country?
Yeah.
See, Mexico, it's a war zone at times, and you've got people who cannot live there, and it's the same with the refugee crisis and things like that. Only that's a different story. So rather than building your walls higher and, trying to stop the people, the best thing is, like we said, to go into Mexico and stop what is happening.
It seems he wants to keep building his walls higher just so he can try and ignore the problem, right? But it's
yeah.
It's kind of like the saying, stop digging yourself in a hole, because he keeps digging himself down, or in this case building up his wall, but every time he digs himself down, the problem's just going to get worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, it's like the saying, isn't it? It's like, I like how you put it there, avoiding the problem. Like, he's just letting it fester like a disease, and now it's getting to a point where, like, you know, cartels are running the country. You know, like, you're seeing like drug lords get put in prison after a day. They just get coming out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're clearly guilty.
Just because no one cares, really, because, like, they don't know what, I don't know, I wouldn't say they don't care, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people in Mexico care about the safety of their children, the safety of their family, the safety of, like, where people should be depending on what they've done, but it's a matter of
They're
just...
powerless. Like, they're told, like, a lot of the juries, you know, they are probably told, look, we know where you live, we know your family, you know, if you vote guilty, we will kill them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Got the Mexican Liam Neeson on the phone.
I will find you,
When you say
and I will kill
that
you.
reminds me of a recent scandal that I know we're flip-flopping between the two, but Hillary Clinton, the scandal with the private emails which have been probed by the FBI.
See, I don't know much about this, so I'm actually interested now. I need to know more about this.
It makes it seem very untrustworthy, and you know, obviously the person who leads your country, you have to be able to trust them. You have their welfare, or your welfare, is in their hands, I should say.
Obviously, politicians want to be wherever they are for their own gain. That's unarguable. Like,
Oh dear.
you know, they can say as much as they want that they want to be here, you know, for the people, but they have something to gain from you know, being prime minister, president, king, queen, whatever. So it's like, how much of what they say is true as well? Like, Donald Trump, you know, I'm going to build the wall around Mexico. Would he do that? But then also, like, say Hillary Clinton, you know, I'm going to do this, that, and that, you know, I'm going to get these rights for women. Would she also do that? You know what I mean? It's like, is this just sugar talk? You know,
She'd be the first woman, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's another thing. Like, a lot of, like, now if you break it down, you know, we talked about the percentage of races in America. Obviously, a lot of people feel that, you know, the feminist movement is, you know, progressing rapidly, and it would be a bold statement to have a female president. But then I think you just need to look past, like, any movements, anything, and just think to yourself, who is the best option? You know what I mean? It's like, and don't jump on bandwagons. Like, if all your mates in school are saying, you know, I don't know, say like Bernie Sanders, he's voted out now, obviously. Well, not voted out, but he's just not in the picture anymore. You know, I thought, even though we're all English, by the way, I thought he was the best option. And if I had the ability to vote, you know, obviously I'd have to be a US citizen and of an age, but I would have voted him. And it's like, but people jump on bandwagons. And so, like, one person, maybe like a celebrity, you know, Sean Astin from The Lord of the Rings, he played Samwise Gamgee, Frodo's companion. He is a huge Hillary Clinton supporter. Like, he's dropped acting. You know, like, so now he's not an actor. He goes around countries, like foreign and, you know, American soil, promoting Clinton. So anybody who follows him on Facebook, like I do, Twitter, Instagram, anything, will see, you know, what he's saying. So it's like, when you see a figure like him supporting a politician, do you just jump on the bandwagon?
Yeah. Guys, a bit off topic. People who are watching will already see this because, like, it's kind of been on for a minute. But I've just found out that Trump has his own brand of bottled water called Trump Ice.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Didn't also on his quite infamous, I think, on his pension website, didn't he have an advertisement for Trump steaks one time or something like that? He said, you know, we have the best steak, or we have the best meat, or something. I'm sure that's a quote. Don't hold me to that, but there's a quote, we have the best something. Oh yeah, that's it. It wasn't to do with that at all. That's a completely separate incident. One time, he was asked, you know, can you list the reason why we should vote you in? And he said, we have the best words. What?
Okay,
Right.
I'm just going to tell you that Donald Trump does have his own brand of steak as well.
I mean, Trump steak, is that something you want to eat?
Well, I don't
No,
know.
it's not just like some dead Mexican that he's killed, just grilled.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's.
If Trump,
Well, you know,
Trump comes into power, go on, Connor.
people at home, right? To whoever are there, please love me. You can, you can look at this image here and like tell me, do you want to eat this Trump steak? Because you can see Trump steak right now. You can see him pointing at lobster and a bit of steak, yeah, but kind of lobster, right? The world's greatest steaks. I wouldn't eat it. I would not eat that at all.
1984, where the president's everywhere.
Now, here's something that we might get a bit of hell for now off people who are really against Trump, but it's a very important thing to go on about. To be fair, you know, like to give an equal outlook on, you know, the election. Is Trump as bad as people say?
Yes.
Well, I think maybe that's the thing. Sometimes the media can be a bit biased at times and be like, he said this, and they try to build it up.
I know he's had the backing of his father, obviously, like he came from a rich background, but this man built up on his own, you know, off his own back, a multi-billion-pound, dollar company, you know, an enterprise. So if you get a man who did that, he's obviously got the brains to take America to, you know, great financial success. But does everything else override, you know, that? Is he dug himself too deep in the grave now?
Well, actually, one of the biggest, you know, like when people were talking about on the media about Trump, one of the biggest things actually came from his wife, when she basically copied and pasted.
Oh, Michelle Obama.
Yeah, Michelle Obama's speech.
Yeah.
And, you know, just
Plagiarism.
I wonder if she.
I think that's worse than just plagiarism.
Yeah, actually, on Donald Trump's Wikipedia, if you just go onto it, you can see on legal matters. If you go to that, it says here, Trump and his business have been involved in 3,500 legal cases in U.S. federal courts and state courts, an unprecedented number for U.S. presidential candidates. Of the 3,500 suits, mostly in the casino industry, Trump or one of his companies was the plaintiff, I don't know what that word is, in 1,900. Okay, so like he was prosecuting in 1,900 of these, and he was the defendant in 1,450 of those. So it's, you know...
He is very untrustworthy.
He has had a lot of, you know, court cases, and you want a man like that in charge of your country, you know, is that the way forward? I'm not too sure.
Well, obviously a man like that is going to have, like, he's going to be involved into a lot of scandals, because think of all the money and power and influence he has. Obviously he's going to do something, and people will, you know, catch him out on it. Especially now that he's running to be, you know, essentially the most powerful man or woman
in America.
In the world.
Yeah.
If you look here, in 2015, Trump's claimed that the Scottish government improperly approved the wind farm project near his golf course and planned hotel was rejected by the Supreme Court of the United Kingdom following a lengthy legal battle. So, if Donald Trump has gone, you know, obviously he doesn't want a wind farm by his golf course, fair play to the man, but how petty is that for a man who'd be ruling a country? Kicking up a huge legal storm over like a few windmills, you know what I mean?
I know, because I think the thing is, maybe it might be ego, I'm not sure. I mean, like, as I said, he's one of the richest men in America, and obviously he's running to be the most powerful man in America and, you know, the world. I think the thing is, he might be like a cocky thing of, I can do whatever I want.
Let's get down to it now, because we're nearing the end of our run time now. Who, if you were an American citizen of age, would you vote for? Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton?
Tell us in the comments below.
Right, so Connor first.
What? Oh, if I was
Yeah, go on. Who would you vote for?
Do I have to vote?
No comment.
Is it a law?
Yeah.
Okay. Probably Hillary Clinton, just because I think she's the better one of the two.
Elliot, who would you vote for?
Probably same as Connor, because as bad as she might be, not as dangerous as Trump.
And Will?
Dangerous.
Well, I think I'll be voting for Trump, sitting on the border with my steel city beer, smoking down dirty Mexican it. Now I'd vote Clinton. Just Trump seems like the kind of
Big Daddy.
person who I'm, 100%.
Big Daddy.
Okay. So, obviously, as I mentioned beforehand, personally, I would vote Bernie Sanders. I would try to keep him in. But with him gone, I'm going to say Clinton. But, you guys have got to admit, if Trump could rein in what he's saying, genuinely changes, turns a new page and, looks at everyone like an equal thing, doesn't say these stupid things about Mexico, doesn't let his ego get ahead. He built up a huge business at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's and that must take some level of skill. And that doesn't just happen, but yeah, when it comes down to it, Clinton. So, this was our first video, I think it's been a relative success. If anybody ends up watching this, probably won't, but maybe you will. In, sometime, leave a comment, who would you vote for, and why, and I've been Ben. Anything else you guys want to add on before we wrap up?
Next time we will definitely probably do a video relating to games.
Yes. That's something that's vital to point out.
Hey,
it's called the GameCast. We just want to do this one video like this. We will do these regularly because we enjoy them. But the topics will sometimes be game related. And we will do videos such as Let's Plays, just game and things. Or maybe we'll put gameplay on and talk about something else, if that's what you just want to see.
I'll let you know that I've been putting up some fabulous pictures of Donald Trump's steak and Hillary Clinton riding a broomstick, while these fine people have been watching and listening to this quality content. So yeah.
So Elliot, anything you want to add on to?
If we don't mean to offend anyone, this video.
Yes, very, very good point. I'm gonna let you expand on that because that is very important.
This is
with everything as we've said, I don't know if you should probably be able to tell, but through everything we've said, we've said how we are sympathetic to Mexicans, not all of them, that sounds racially discriminating, but the ones in the situation of, what some are, and if we say something that is offensive, please call us out on it. Don't try to keep it clean, but just say, look, you said something here, I don't really appreciate that, and if we see it, we'll avoid it next time.
Yeah.
It's quintessential to know.
Yeah,
we are not trying to offend anyone here.
Yeah, as you can quite clearly... Oh, go on, Will.
No, go on. You say it.
Alright. As you can quite clearly see, or may not be able to quite clearly see, we have no problems at all about anyone, really. We're good friends with loads of people from many different cultures.
Of different ethnic
cultures. And if it's something to do with race, sexuality, or just what you do,
dislike them because of who they are.
But if it's sexuality, race, whatever, we have no problem with that at all. If we, as Ben said, if we have said something that may offend you or someone you may know, just tell us and we'll avoid it next time or apologise or, try and fix.
At the end of the day, if we've offended your political beliefs or whatever, we try to keep this as balanced as possible. But at the end of the day, it is our opinion. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. No matter who they are, they have that right of free speech. And we shall end this podcast with a rendition of the American national anthem.
No, we shall not do that.
The last thing we need to do is offend any more Americans, Will.
Yeah, so guys...
everything.
Oh, well, it's a shame, isn't it? We can't all do things. So that's about the end of our runtime, guys. If you have enjoyed this, please hit the like button, and if you're feeling generous, please do subscribe, because it is the first video. As of now, we are on 0 subscribers, so if you do subscribe, you will hold the record of the first and possibly the last ever subscriber. But
yes,
please do subscribe if you've enjoyed the content, and let us know down in the comments.
Yeah, and we don't mind if you...
And well,
I have.
And that's just
I have.
not worked. That's
No, don't worry, guys.
That's it.
I've been Big Daddy. I've been Big Daddy. Pulled it off.
And from us, good night.
Bye.